Good afternoon, my name is Russell Parsons, I'm the editor of Marketing Week, and I'm outside the Marketing Academy stage at Marketing Week Live, and I've just witnessed a fantastic panel session, where it's headed, or it was headed, the marketing skills gap, or mind the marketing skills gap. It was a real good, thorough look through the skills, the capability, the approach, the culture that the modern marketer needs to adopt. Now, I've got three of the people who took part in that panel with me, and I'm just going to discuss some of the key takeaways that they found. I've got Martin Chilcott, who's an IDM tutor and the founder of Hotchilly. I've got Liz Curry, who's the business planning and process manager at Comic Relief. And I've got Julia Porter, who's the ex-chair of the DMA, an ex-Guardian and ITV marketer, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to come to you first, Martin. Martin chaired the panel. What would you say is the best way? You know, we hear so much about the fast-paced, ever-evolving world of marketing. It must be kind of dizzying for the modern marketer, and indeed anybody working in marketing or the space, to keep up. What would you say is the best way to ensure that they stay on top of things? What kind of tools, tips, techniques, approaches would you recommend?
Three things really. One is, Russell, to look at what training you think you might have, or what sort of role you want to have in marketing, you know, what you're good at, what you enjoy doing. And then it's a combination of training courses, so for example something where you understand more general marketing principles, maybe some specific skills, could be copywriting, could be SEO, that you pick as individual courses. And the other thing, which I think we were talking about in the panel, which is, have you read a book about marketing recently? Because most people haven't. And if we think of ourselves as professionals, we should be professionally challenging ourselves all the time about whether we know what we're talking about and actually upgrading our skills. And that's one of the ways in which you can do it. So it's a mixture of those things.
Thanks. I mean, you also discussed how marketers could perhaps increase their influence, could stop being seen in the rather stereotypical way, but actually in many businesses I suspect it's still the case, as the kind of fluffy colouring in department.
Yeah, we're the guys with the crayons.
Yeah. I mean, you guys, does anybody have an observation as to what marketers can do to improve their lot in terms of the way that they're perceived?
I think one of the most important things is to really understand the business challenges and understand who the business is talking to, what products and services they need to build, so that they're not just the comms team, but they're actually really gaining some insight around audiences. And I think if they can understand the business problems and support the business in solving those problems, they'll become more valuable.
And Liz?
And I think it's being able to prove your marketing works, and I think a knowledge of data, and it's sort of a buzzword, but also, understanding what you're doing, setting some really smart objectives against those business objectives and being able to prove that you've hit them is the way to get ahead in marketing.
Thanks, guys, and thanks again for taking part in that panel. It was fantastic, and I'm sure everybody who attended learned a lot. I'll be back later with some more interviews from Marketing Week Live. Thanks.